Hey, I'm Jusko from ProbMoney.com. In this video, I'm going to tell you how Capital One almost refused to let me buy a laptop with their credit card. But first, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you've not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So I decided this weekend that I needed to upgrade my laptop, get a new model, and I settled on a Dell laptop that costs around $1,600. And I wanted to use my Capital One Venture X to pay for it. That card specifically because of the fact that I'm still going after the sign-up bonus on that card. You have to spend $10,000 in 6 months in order to get that new card holder bonus. So that was the card specifically I wanted to put that purchase on, went to the Dell website, filled out all my stuff in order to buy the laptop. Now, I've read a number of times in the past that laptops are one of the most common things that credit card thieves try to buy when they've stolen a credit card number, so I wasn't surprised when not only did Dell ask for the CVV number, that extra 3 numbers that is supposedly supposed to show that you actually have the card in your possession, but then there was also a pop-up window from Capital One once I put all my Capital One credit card information in, and that said we are going to send you a one-time passcode via text, and then you put that in order to get to the next screen. I get that passcode, I put it in, it says, yep, that's good, that was the right passcode. I put the order in, it looks like it's all good, and then immediately I get an email saying there's a problem with your payment. And I'm like, God, geez, I put the CVV in, I got the special passcode from Capital One, it's still not good enough for them. But then I also got another email that was showing it as if the purchase went through. So then I was confused. So then I went on the Capital One app to see if it showed as a pending purchase, and it did not. So then I didn't know what was happening. So I tried it again on the Dell website, and it did not work for a second time. So then I called Capital One, and they put me through, you get the first customer service person, and then they put you through to the fraud department. And then that person asks me a whole bunch of questions, all my basic information, but then about my recent purchases, and he's finally satisfied. And then he says, okay, well, I'm going to take off the block or whatever it is that is on this purchase. So please try it again. So I go to try it again, and the same thing happens, rejected for now the third time, because I tried twice the first time before I called Capital One. Now I've tried 3 times. And when I tried it that third time, I was still on the phone with the Capital One guy because he said, I will hang out with you while you do this to make sure that it goes through. And so I did it again, and they even sent me the text passcode a second time. So I had to do that again. They knew that that was my phone number. It still did not go through, and he says, oh yeah, it's showing a fraud alert again. Well, let me see what I can do here. And then finally he does whatever he does to take away this block on my account and tells me to try it again. So I go to try it again, and this time I have tried it too many times for Dell. Now they think I'm some kind of crook trying to shove the same credit card through, 15 times, and they're saying you are locked out of the system. You can't even try to pay for this anymore. So that was Saturday. I was frustrated. I knew it wasn't going to go through that day, so I said I'll just try again tomorrow. So then yesterday, Sunday, I go back to the Dell site, and when I get there, I notice that even though originally Dell said that the laptop would be sent out within a week or 10 days, or it would arrive within a week or 10 days or whatever, I now see that they are saying it is not going to be shipped for almost a full month. And so then I think to myself, well, I don't want to wait that long. And I know actually that Best Buy has the same laptop, and I could just go buy it there instead, and it shows that you can get it within a week. So I go to Best Buy instead. I've already been rejected by Capital One on the Dell site, so I figure it doesn't matter. I might as well just go buy it somewhere else. So I go on the Best Buy site, and I think to myself, I'm going to get out ahead of this one. So I call Capital One first, and I say, hey, here's what happened yesterday. I tried to buy this on the Dell site. You guys rejected it over and over again. I talked to one of your fraud people, all this stuff. It wouldn't happen. So I am going to buy this from the Best Buy site instead, and I want you to know so that you don't have a block on it and you will let it go through. And she says to me, very nice, she says, we can't do anything about that. You have to put the purchase through, and then we see if there's a fraud alert on it and if it gets blocked. I can't do anything before you make the purchase. And then she says, but I can stay with you on the phone while you make the purchase and we can see what happens. And I said, well, I am way ahead of you because I have actually filled out the whole form and I'm ready to hit that purchase button right now. So I do it, and I get again that pop-up from Capital One saying I have to get the one-time passcode in order to make the purchase go through. So I do that. It texts me on my phone. I use the right passcode. It tells me it's right. I do the purchase, and it is instantly rejected. Now, I play the nice guy here on YouTube, but in reality, I was getting a little frustrated, and she could hear me huffing and puffing, and I think she could even hear me rolling my eyes through the phone. And then she said, well, I can see that did not go through. You are right. Let me see what I can do. And she tried some things, and they didn't do anything. So she said, well, I'm going to have to kick this upstairs to the fraud department and have you talk to someone else, but I hope this all gets straightened out and that you have a nice day. And I said, I hope you have a nice day too, because I think it is always good to be nice to the customer service reps because they have difficult jobs and they could potentially screw you if you're a jerk. And then the new woman from the fraud department gets on the phone. Very nice, but I'm getting a little cranky at this point, and we have to go through all the same questions again about all my personal information, about recent purchases that I've made with the card. And she says, well, because this has been flagged a couple times between your Dell purchase and the Best Buy purchase, I'm going to need to have an identity verification from you. So I'm going to send you this one-time text link, and then you go to this page, and now you have to take a picture of both sides of your ID so that we can be sure that this is you. And so I'm thinking to myself, really? I have been on this phone multiple times. I'm on the phone right now for a very long time with multiple people trying to get this to go through. Would anyone who is fraudulently trying to buy a laptop really call Capital One before they make the purchase and then sit on the phone with them for this long with all their personal information and all those passcodes? I was really getting a little frustrated. But I did it. Took a picture of the front, took a picture of the back, sent that on to Capital One, and then she removed the block. And then finally, I got the order to go through on the second day on what I think was the 5th or 6th attempt at purchasing this laptop. Now, I'm not sure what the moral to this story is. Maybe there are multiple morals. Number one, Capital One, maybe you need to dial back your fraud practices just a little bit so that not every time someone wants to make a purchase on a computer site, they have to jump through all these hoops where they're almost giving blood by the end of it in order to verify their identity. Number two, maybe as a person that is purchasing a laptop, when I am told no multiple times by a company, I should suck it up and stop worrying about the credit card bonus and just get the purchase to go through. Number three, maybe is don't use Capital One if you want to buy a laptop in the future, although I don't know if the other credit card companies are necessarily any better about this because they all do clamp down on certain types of purchases. So that is it. If you have had a similar experience with Capital One or another credit card issuer, I would love to hear about it in that comments section below. Otherwise, I'm not sure how helpful this video is necessarily to you, but this video over here, super helpful.